I have a thought on that. Something I've been experimenting with recently in it's basically more on the topic of like being positive and having a positive attitude. And so kind of lately I've been really just thinking about, a lot about, I've been reading some studies just about how powerful your mindset is
Hmm.
and having a positive mental attitude, and how, you actually can get into a state of flow faster if you're in a positive state versus a negative state or a fearful state. You're more creative, you can come to solutions faster. And if that's not enough motivation for you, I mean, it is for me. That's plenty of motivation for me to try to stay positive. So I started this thing. I went around the office and I was like, hey guys, I'm trying to be positive. If you hear me say anything negative, $5. I'm going to give you $5. Just call me out on it. It's going to be $5. And what I've noticed, just even in the last couple of days of doing that, and I guess real quick side note too, is that's one thing I'm trying to create within the organization, is a culture of positivity. And when I notice that I'm scared about something, I get really critical and I start really trying to poke holes and stuff. And then I notice how it affects my direct reports or people on my team. When I start getting critical, then they start like getting combative right back. So they reciprocate that attitude. And why I think people aren't more candid is because they're afraid. They're afraid that they don't want to get in a fight with anybody. They don't want to, and so I think one idea is that if you can create a culture that's safe for people, and meaning that you're just positive, like even when they're wrong, you could still tell somebody they're wrong and be positive about it,
Oh,
right?
totally.
Rather than like ripping their throat out, or whatever it is. Like in America, at least, I think there's a lot of that going on,
Hmm.
which is different than Canada.
Hmm.
A lot of really rough organizations, right? But if you can create a positive environment that still values, right, the excellence, you can always have these really productive conversations that are safe, and that you can get your ideas across and get them and have them be received, rather than like, tell me more about this idea. Well, what about this? What about this? What
Yeah,
about this? What about this? And
totally.
I'm just drilling holes, and it just makes people feel like shit, at the end of
Totally.
the day.